Hey, how's it going, everyone? So I finally did it. What I thought I wouldn't be doing anytime soon, it happened. I got rid of the trailboss and got myself a Colorado ZR2 with the 2.8 liter diesel. You know, it's just one of those things that an opportunity came up and I couldn't pass it down. This truck already has everything I was pretty much planning on doing if I ever got a ZR2. Has an off-road style bumper. It's got a winch. It's got 34-inch tires. It's a diesel. You know, it's got the light bar set up already, the roof rack. It's a Prinsu rack. And right now I'm just going to find a place to, I guess, test it out, right? This is a pre-owned vehicle. My trailboss, I bought that thing brand spanking new, you know, but this being a diesel and I saw the condition of it when we pulled up in person, you know, it wasn't, aside from wear and tear stuff, it wasn't bad at all. You know, it's just typical suspension stuff, a little bit of clunking here and there. And I already went on to replace the sway bar links, and that eliminated some of the clunking. So I still hear a little bit of clunking, and I think it's a few more bushings there I have to replace. But anywho, let me just find a place to pull over right now, show you guys the truck, showcase it off a little bit, and tell you guys why I pulled the trigger on doing this trade. All right, stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to Trail Boss Mafia. Victor here, and today I'm finally going to explain to you guys why I traded in my Trail Boss for this thing that's right behind me here, the Colorado ZR2 with the 2.8 liter diesel. Alright, so when I first got the Trail Boss, it was freaking badass. I thought, hey man, that's what I wanted. It was my gateway truck into off-roading before I knew anything about off-roading, right? So I got it thinking, you know, it's gonna take me camping, it's gonna take me places, and I mean it did. You know, the Trail Boss, it served its purpose. It really taught me a lot about off-roading, and unfortunately it left me wanting more. Let me explain. You know, for somebody that gets a Trail Boss, I'm not talking down on it. It's an awesome truck. It's got awesome capabilities. It's got a G80 locker, and that really helped us get places where we want to camp out to, right? And it took my family on adventures. Justin and I, the guy with the white 2500, you know, we went places with that, as you guys could see in the YouTube videos, right? But as I got more into off-roading, I started researching more things, getting into the suspension, this and that. I want to be a little bit more capable. You know, we're always wanting more. And I felt like I kind of reached the limit, right, to what I can do to that truck as far as performance off-road goes. Not to do with comfort, right? Creature comforts. So the next option for me was, hey, I want a front locker. And I've done research, and unfortunately there's no front lockers for those Silverados, right? I guess the front differential has a case that's too thin that if you do try and put an air locker in it, it's just not recommended. So kind of in the back burner, I'm like, okay, ZR2 is still an option. One day they were pretty expensive when they first came out, and honestly I couldn't afford one, you know, so I just stuck with the Trail Boss, modded it to my liking, you know, got the suspension for it. And finally, fast forward to just last week when I traded in the Boss for the ZR2. I saw this ZR2 in a Napa, Jimmy Vasser Chevrolet. Shout out to you guys. All right, Lamont, if you guys ever go out there, Lamont helped me out. Awesome, transparent, 100%. I was a car salesman myself at a Chevy dealership. I know the ins and outs of that, you know, so I could tell right off the bat that Lamont wasn't trying to deceive anybody, or the dealership in general. You know, awesome place. If you guys are looking for your next Chevy truck and you're near Napa or within driving distance, check out Jimmy Vasser Chevrolet. Now back to this. You know, I saw this ZR2 online on Car Gurus, and you know, just on a whim, I just looked up my truck's trade-in value. I had some good equity in it, and I thought, hey, this is my chance to finally get what I want, right? Which is a front locker. The diesel is just a plus, right? So now that I have a front locker, You know, it's well, what more can I ask for, right? It already came with these wheels, Methods. You know, it's got some 34-inch tires. And the huge plus for me was the diesel engine. All right, so it's got almost as much torque as my 5.3 V8. And I'm not interested in speed, guys. You know, I like slow stuff. I like crawling. The torque that this thing has, you know, even though it doesn't have horsepower, right? I'm not gonna go fast, but it's got that awesome torque on a smaller vehicle, meaning it's a bit more capable than a full-size rig, even a full-size ZR2, you know, in my opinion, only because of the power to weight ratio, right? So it's gonna really help me get into more technical terrain. It's smaller too, it's narrower. I don't know if you guys recall, there was a video I had uploaded where my family had to follow behind me in the Trail Boss because that thing was a bit too wide for the trail. And if I rolled over, you know, went down that hill, like, I mean, obviously, you know, one person gone is, not to say it's a good thing, but it's better than the whole family rolling downhill, you know, and I don't blame them. With this truck here, I'll be able to get into tighter spaces. And again, you know, it's pretty ideal for my situation. I'm not into that fast boy stuff, that Baja racing, the horsepower. You know, it's like I'm not ready to get all that wind in my face going fast and lose whatever little bit of hair I got left up here. You know what I mean? Because I'm going so damn fast. You know, this is perfect for us. And I'm looking forward to providing you guys with more content. But enough about me running my lips. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick walk around on this. And as you can see, it is a Duramax diesel. It has these aftermarket headlights, which I am going to swap out at one point because, one, they're starting to peel here on their clear coat, as all aftermarket lights do. I could always re-clear them, but I did see another set of lights online that are better than these, and they have jewel style LEDs. You know, it does have the Diode Dynamics light bar. It's got a Smittybilt XRC Gen 3 winch in there. And this bumper is made by Relentless Fabrication, which took me a little bit of research after getting the truck to figure out who the heck made it. All right, now on to the tires. The tires, it's nothing too extreme. They are Canati Mud Hogs MTs 305 7017s. It does have the Method race wheels, and it still has a stock suspension. One thing I did have to do is swap out the sway bar links because they were pretty worn out and there was a lot of clunking going on. So now that I swapped those out, there's less clunking, which means I still have to address whatever clunking is left. So it's probably sway bar bushings or some ball joints perhaps, but we'll figure that out on the trail once parts break. Hopefully it doesn't lead to that and I find out what's clunking after I get home and I get to do it in my driveway. All right, guys, now onto the roof rack here. This is a Princer roof rack with a no-name LED light bar. That light bar wasn't working when I got the truck. I had to kind of figure things out, retrace some wires, and now it's working awesome. You know, I did have to shave off some of the wires here, which I do plan on getting some wire loom to hide all that and make it look more presentable, right? So interior, it's nothing special, guys. It is a bit smaller. I already installed my GMRS handheld radio. My little mic holder is arriving today in the mail, and this mic is going to be installed right here. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way. The cabin space is a bit smaller than the Trail Boss. All right, in the future I do plan on swapping out this shift knob for something more modern. I believe man, Matt Ross is his name on YouTube. He's got a nice DIY video on swapping out this for the new Blazer style ones, you know, so pretty simple. This wireless charger, I don't know why it exists. I don't even think they make phones anymore that fit that. And it's got the same what is it, the 8-gang light switch pod that I had in my Trail Boss that I installed in one of my more recent videos. You know, it's a Chinesium material, so it's not an S pod, it's not an aux beam. All right, still get the leather seats on this. Cup holders, I don't know if it's a joke by GM or something, but I mean, you could put a dip can in there and hopefully it stays. All right, off to the rear. I still have all the stuff I took out of my old truck when I traded it. Still got my 2 USB ports, leather seats for the kiddos or the dogs, whoever's coming with us. Again, they get better cup holders in the back than the front does. Crazy, right? Who's in the driving here? All right, regular factory spray and bed liner here. And I do have something awesome coming here in the next few weeks that I'll be installing on this truck. They also make them for the Silverado Trail Boss. All right, guys, you don't want to miss out on that video. Guys, a few more things before I wrap up this video. Another thing that kind of had me nervous with my Trail Boss is lifter failure. Although it never happened to me, I know it was bound to happen. Mine was a 2019. When I traded it in, it only had about 23,000 some odd miles. And my bumper-to-bumper warranty had just expired last month, right in November 2022. I still had the powertrain warranty, but I didn't want to have to deal with the headache if and when the lifter failure happened to me. So I kind of got a boulder off my back by trading it and getting something like this, you know. And also the MPGs on this thing being diesel on the highway, even with the oversized tires for the size truck it is, I do get about 30 miles to the gallon here. And man, that's phenomenal. I never got that with the Trail Boss. So we're gonna see how it does once we go on trips and stuff, take it off-roading. And I mean, there's no odd sounds coming out of the diesel engine. One main thing, or one big thing, that these diesels do have to get taken care of at a certain mile point, it's like between 100 to 150,000 miles, is the timing belt. The beauty about this truck though, being diesel, the timing belt is right behind the radiator, you know, so it's in the front of the engine, whereas the V6 has it in the back. That means I could do the job myself in my driveway. You know, it's gonna take a few hours, but when the time comes, we will tackle it, and you bet that I'm gonna make a video on that. All right, guys, and thanks again for tuning in. Thank you guys for staying loyal to the channel, for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'm looking forward to bringing you guys more off-road content in better places where I couldn't have gone in a Trail Boss. All right, guys, take it easy.